Welcome to Entrepreneur Journey with MOE. So today we're going to be talking about 7 steps to starting a successful business. Now, starting a business can be very challenging, fearful, because you actually need time, you need personal help, you need people to help you, need time to grow your business, to work on the process and all of that. But knowing the exact thing to do or steps to put in place before starting could be a wonderful way to start your business, so you do not go through the many hiccups and all that comes with starting a business as an entrepreneur. So the first thing to look out for is choosing an idea. In choosing an idea, there are a lot of things to consider. Who are you, your personality, the problems you're trying to solve. Are there other businesses doing this in your community, in your country, in your state, in your local government, or whatever place that you are? Now, choosing an idea that fits into your into your passion and your personality is one of the best ways to start up a business, and this is also going to determine how long you're going to stay in business, because when the ups and downs and the hiccups that comes with businesses start, this is one of the things that is going to get you going, because you are in a business that actually fits into your passion, you're passionate about it, and it's almost effortless. It's coming from your personality and your person and your passion. You're passionate about it. You're passionate about the business and you love what you do. And then the next thing to think about while you're trying to choose an idea is, does this my passion and my personality or whatever I'm trying to do solves a problem? Because every idea, every business has to solve a problem. If you're not solving problems, people are definitely not going to be paying you. Number 2. Planning your business. The second step is planning your business, planning a successful business. One of the ways to plan a successful business, after getting an idea and then getting or finding the solution or the product you would like to start up with, the next thing is planning the business, getting a business name, creating a structure. Probably you want to produce, you're going into production, you want to find out what you need to do, what materials you need to buy, what you need to form your product, or to actually assemble or have a product standing, more like product activation. How do you start off? So for example, if you're going into production of hand sanitizer, you want to work with sourcing plastics, sourcing raw materials, branding materials. You want to work about getting your logo done, the name of the product you want to do, and then you also want to find out who are the competitors in this industry that I'm trying to work with. If we're using an hand sanitizer, for example, we know that a whole lot of businesses right now are into the hand sanitizer business, and then this happens to be what you want to do. The first question is, what added value, or what value are you adding to yours, or what are you doing to make yours different from every other brand out there? Now, we know that the major or the key factor for an effective hand sanitizer is it has to have alcohol in it, and then you're sure that it has to be cleansing and all of that. And everyone is trained to be natural, so you can as well just make yours natural. You want to say you're adding aloe vera to it or whatever, just something to make it different. We're using this as an example. So you also want to look at, what are my competitors doing? What packaging materials are they using? You don't want to use, because you're starting as a small business, you want people to be able to identify with your brand or your product as fast as possible. So there's an industry template, or there's an industry structure or an industry layout you want to work with. It's going to give you a skeletal structure, how to work with your product, your hand sanitizer. You have to use a clear bottle. You can't use a dark bottle for your hand sanitizer. You have to make sure that it has the right amount of alcohol. I think they have some kind of percentage you have to work with for it to be effective. So all that has been put in place. You want to do your due diligence to do all that, and then find out that your product is going to be right and be appropriate to compete with the existing products. The next step is number 3, forming your business. Now, when you're forming your business, you want to choose a business name. You want to register your business. You want to have a structure of a bigger picture of where you're going. Yes, you're starting as a one-man business. You're starting small, but you have a you have a goal. You know where you're going to. You're starting with hand sanitizer, and of course, over time, you might be trying to build a natural business, a natural company, whereby all what you do is we're going to be having natural products, or we're going to be having natural disinfectant or natural hygiene products. You're starting with hand sanitizer, but you're still going to be working with other products. So you have a projection of the bigger picture. This is where we are going, but this is where we are right now. I know you might be thinking right now, oh, I don't know how to write a business plan. I don't know how to do all that. All you need is just a book or a notepad, whereby you don't have to work the same way the big businesses or the big companies do, whereby they have everything structured, well written out with graphics and all that, the markets, having the right and the market share, how to penetrate and all of that. I understand that very well. It can be very overwhelming, but you know what, just help yourself. Start small, trust me. What you just have to do is have a notepad or have a notebook and then write it down the way you understand, or the way anyone you want to pitch your business to can understand. Just write it how you feel, and then be explicit. This is where we're going to. This is our business structure. So now remember, you have a business name, you have a business structure. This is what we have to do. This is what we need, and this is what I have to do to run my business. So in planning, in forming your business, you already have a business. So remember, we're having a business name. You have your business layout, what you need. And then, of course, finances. What are you starting with? What capital are you starting with? What amount of money do you need to start the business, to run the business, to start? Who are you selling to? Who are you selling to? Who need my products? And one of the things to also think about in forming a company is, of course, you need buyers, you need customers. I used to say there's the best customers, and your first customers are your family. Like, sell to them, talk to your uncle. As an entrepreneur, you shouldn't be scared to ask for help, to talk to people, to ask for referrals and all of that. So sell to your immediate family, sell to your friends, sell to your community, sell to your church, sell to your club, sell to your network, like the people immediate to you. Tell them, plead with them, or just tell them, and then ask for feedbacks. Feedbacks are one of the great things of the business to grow. You need sincere feedbacks. This will also help you start your business properly. Improve your business. If you have any improvements to do, or you probably have something to work on before you go into the bigger market, at least you only sold to your immediate connect, or to your immediate friends or your immediate people, and then at that point errors can be corrected easily. So you get feedbacks and then you work on it. Then the next step is setting up an account. Now, how do I set up an account? It's just the same way. We have a notepad where we are writing this, right? We have a notepad where we're writing the business and all of that. So the starting of an account, how much did you start your business with? How much did you buy your raw materials? How much did it cost you to get all your raw materials? Your production costs, your labeling costs. You're not talking about marketing right now because you're just starting, and then you're selling to an immediate family or your immediate contact, and then you're working with referrals for right now. So get your accounting straight. If possible, you can also open a business account if that's not too much, because every country actually have their different business processes. So for some companies, for some countries, when you open a business account, then you start paying tax. And we understand that right now you're still an SME, you're just starting your business, and then you don't want to bother yourself about all that. So whether you have a business account or you don't have a business account, what you have to do is you can have an account from your back end, whereby you have a book where you write everything that you do, what you've sold, the effort how long it also took you to sell the products, and all of that. So you have all that written out there, so that you could know, okay, the price of the product, is it worth the amount I'm selling my product? Is the price competitive with the bigger players in their industry, and all of that. The next step is obtaining a permit. There are different businesses in this line. So some businesses actually need permits, like the food industry. Some food industry, if you're probably producing food, stuff that people have to ingest, you have to actually sign up. You have to actually ask for a permit. You have to register and all of that. So that doesn't apply to all businesses. But the next step is you really want to consider obtaining a permit or registering your company to get a permit to be able to function and then sell to customers. The next thing, number 6, is define your brand. Now, one of the compelling things about building a brand is having a core value. A lot of people just want to know, what are your core values? What are your core values? What do you stand for? What kind of business is associated with? They want to know what you stand for. So that is what a brand is all about. Example, like we talked about the hand sanitizer. If you're building, like I said, if you're building a natural hand sanitizer, for example, people want to be sure, like, okay, whatever name you've put, and then the name you actually have for your business also has a big role to play with your brand. You want to use a name that actually can have a good connection with your core values and what your business stand for, and then it has to be very, very compelling. People want to associate themselves with a business that is actually authentic and let me say, how do I explain this? Like authentic. Like, they want to know your core values, what you stand for, what is your brand, what are you doing. For example, you're having an hand sanitizer. Remember, we use an hand sanitizer as an example. Your hand sanitizer is not like regular hand sanitizer. You're trying to build a natural brand. So, of course, when you are choosing the name of your company or the name of your product, your hand sanitizer can't just be any name. You have to make sure that there's a connection. There's a connection between your core values and what you stand for together with your name. Your name should have a connection with it. But the mention of your name or the scene of your brand, and this also, it's actually brand communication. And this also affects your packaging, the colors you use, the ingredients you use, the materials you use for your product. So that's all the actually that is all that put together is a brand. It's what actually brand communication, and that is what defining of your brand really is all about. What you stand for, what do people see, or what do people think, or what do people feel like your brand is all about. Now, the last one is establishing a web presence. That is actually very, very, very important in the world of today, which is, I'm going to be talking about, for every business right now. We all know that the world is global and everyone has to be online. You want your business to be accessible to anybody, and then probably they're searching for something and then they could see you. So you need to have a web presence. I understand you're thinking about, that's a lot of money. I understand starting as a business, as a small business, you probably do not have so much money to do that, but that should be one of the things we've done in number 3 when we're talking about planning your business. You have the overview of the future projection. So you have that put out, but that's one of the things you're going to do. So you're planning ahead. That's one of the things your business plan should have. Like I said, it's not so difficult. It's just knowing what to do and when to do it. So for some of us, because I remember when I started my business, one of the things, because the business name was a little bit unique, so one of the things you also want to do, you want to go searching. Okay, does any company or any business already have this domain bought or used? If you are lucky enough to see that the name is still available, it is wise for you to pay for the domain and then just keep it. Even though you can hire someone to design the website for you right yet, or you just aren't ready for it, but still buy your domain. It's like buying your land, your online land, a virtual land for yourself, a virtual property. It's your property, but it's virtual. So you want to buy that or register. You can talk to a few people who will do that. They just help you buy, pay for it, and you know that the name is secured. So till you're ready, while you're building your business, you're ready to have a proper and a professional website or a web presence. Another thing I want to talk about, this buying thing, why it's very important to secure the name of your website or the name you would like to use is there are people who have some businesses have a very unique name that when you don't get it on time and people feel like, okay, your business is already going, is already growing, and they could just actually pay for the domain, and then they want to resell to you at a very ridiculous price. So you don't want your property. It's actually key for you to get this sorted out. I mean, this one is very important. I know what I'm talking about. It's very, very important. Make sure that you buy your virtual property ahead of time. You do not wait till when you have money or you're ready for your website. Just get it secured, and then until you are ready. So that'll be all for today. I know we still have a whole lot to talk about business. This is not just everything about a business. It's a whole lot of journey. It's a whole lot of topic. There are a lot to talk about, but this is the beginning. And then thank you for joining me on this episode, and then we will be talking about finances next. Thank you.